is up, YouTube? It's RS Mario here, bringing you another Legend of Zelda Wii U video. Alright, so we only got about 40 some odd, well, maybe not even 40 seconds. It was probably way less than that, but we only got seconds of footage from the Legend of Zelda Wii U at the Nintendo's first Nintendo Direct in a long time. And, well, there's definitely a lot here. And it's probably a lot that I'm missing right now. But I'm going to go ahead. This is my initial analysis. If you want to check out my other analyses I did for the other gameplay videos, you can check them out here and there, and you know, in the aforementioned boxes here. But yes, let's hop on into this. Alright, so we only got a few seconds, and basically it's Link and Epona basically running up and like stopping, and then there's a little panorama that kind of goes around Link. I think they did this on purpose to show off not only the graphics, but some pretty interesting details about the game and some slight things about the gameplay and things that are on Link himself. Now, I had so many theories going through my head that it was a little hard to focus, because just in that little bit of footage we got, there's a lot to really take in. But we start off with the first kind of like shot. They basically blended this in a pretty interesting way, because they had Link and Epona from Twilight Princess running, and then they kind of like switched the shot immediately from like to the Legend of Zelda Wii U Link and Epona running through a field. So this is the first shot we get. Now there's a lot of like fog and like mist and things in the background, and there's a lot of light that kind of screws up things as well. But in the background, you can kind of see there's, I think those look like rocks. I don't think they're really buildings in the background. But you can see him approaching on Epona. Now, here's an interesting thing right here. Now, you see here, this time he actually has a saddle dressing on Epona. So now, or a saddle cloth, which is basically like a piece of cloth that you put on the horse to really keep the leather from kind of digging into the horse while you ride him. And it seems to have some symbols on it. Now, pretty much all of Link's gear in the game we've seen so far has a symbol on it. Like, you know, his shirt has a symbol. His the cloak has something that looks like a Sheikah symbol on it. The saddle cloth has a symbol on it. You know, even his arrows kind of have symbols on them. So everything has some sort of semblance to it. It has a symbol on it. So, you know, this could be, you know, something that's beneficial to the games of the story, or maybe a location he's been to. Maybe it could be wherever he got Epona in the first place. Or it could be nothing, and I could just be thinking way too much into this, but, you know. Next we see here, a new thing is the shield. So, no longer does he have the Sheikah Eye shield. He now has a completely different shield with like a diamond and an X type of pattern. Now, I don't think this is a regular symbol in Zelda. I mean, I guess you could kind of say it's an eye. I mean, it looks kind of like an eye, but it's not really. But yeah, maybe this means, you know, you'll have different equipment this time. You'll have multiple different shields. This could be later in the game where he gets another shield. Alright, so then, you know, we see Aonuma channeled his inner Abrams and decided to put lens flares into the game. But also, you see in the far left distance, it looks like it could be a structure, a building, or it could be a tree line. Not quite sure because of the light and the fog. But yeah, it's definitely something out there in the left. And of course, in the right, you see a pretty awesome picture of Death Mountain, which means we can kind of pinpoint where he is on the map if he can see Death Mountain. Even though it still looks really far away, it's way closer than he was when he was in the other gameplay back at the Video Game Awards. Now here we get a better shot of what looks like the structure, which now does definitely look like a tree line of some sort. Also, in the far left-hand corner, there's something that looks like a tent or a teepee, maybe. So maybe we'll have like a camping dynamic in the game. I mean, that's possible because he does have a bedroll, you know, and if you play Skyrim with mods, you know, you would know if, you know, you have a bedroll, you can be able to lay it out and make a tent and kind of camp out. And that would be a pretty interesting facet to Zelda, where that will, imagine that being your save system. So say when you want to save the game, you know, you can like camp out and you save the game, or you sleep and rest up and recover your energy or whatever, then you can keep on going. You know, especially for a quest that involves you traveling long distances. You know, that would be pretty interesting. Or this could be somebody else's tent. It could be somebody's house, you know, somewhere that Link's going to visit this person. You know, it could be anything, really. Another shot of Death Mountain, and it seems like another mountain as well. There seem to be a lot of mountains in this game. Now, I don't quite know. I mean, we know there's Death Mountain in the game, but there seems to be a lot of mountains in this game. Maybe this could be a way of kind of restricting your access to various areas of the map. You know, that would be a perfect way to kind of like restrict you without putting an invisible wall there. Put an actual physical wall there as a mountain. And you have to get some sort of specific tool or maybe even a mount to try to get over the mountain. That would be interesting, because it seems like these two this mountain range here with these two big mountains seem to kind of converge to kind of sort of block off access to the Death Mountain area. So maybe that's what's going on in this. Maybe, you know, you have to find a way to traverse that mountain to get to whatever is at Death Mountain. Now this is the shot right here where we get to see a ton of stuff. So this is the kind of close-up shot of Link on Epona. Now we see here that, you know, the thing that everyone's talking about is the book. Why does Link have a little book? A lot of people are saying it's like the book of magic from the original Zelda, which would be interesting, you know, but that would kind of sort of put it in the downfall timeline, which is where people really don't want the game to be. And me included. I mean, I kind of threw out some theories that it could be in the timeline, in the downfall timeline, but there's way too many games over there. Not to mention, this doesn't look like a downtrodden Hyrule. It looks like an empty Hyrule. You know, like it just hasn't been filled yet. You know, but yeah, maybe, you know, it does seem to have a Sheikah eye on it, and it is glowing blue. So maybe it's connected to whatever is powering the robots, you know, maybe, and a lot of people thinking that it's possibly connected to time shift stones. It could be, you know, but I'm thinking it's connected to magic in some way. I think this is going to be more of where magic meets technology, and, you know, maybe some sort of Sheikah magic, you know, because it does look like a Sheikah eye. Also, we see, you know, Link seems to be carrying a freaking broadsword. That's a big sword, yo. Like, I mean, that sword would make the Highlander jealous. Like, seriously. You know, so maybe this means a comprehensive, like, weapon system. Maybe there'll be more weapons in the game. The only thing I don't like is it does seem to kind of look like a plain weapon. You know, I mean, it's a fantasy game. Make it look all cool and stuff, you know. But, I mean, this is, you know, kind of like, the game doesn't come out till next year, so maybe they'll make it look good. But also you can notice that there are saddlebags on Epona. There seems to be 3 of them. There seems to be one on each side and one on his back. Now the one on the back is probably the one that you carry around with you, while the ones on the side of Epona are just saddlebags on the side. Now they could represent possibly like carrying weight. So maybe the more saddlebags you have, the more weight you can carry on Epona. You know, an Epona would kind of act like a stash in Witcher. If you ever played The Witcher 3, there's these things called stashes where you can like stash stuff and like come and get it later. Well, think of it like a portable stash. So you can like, you know, you can get some loot and get some items or whatever, and then you can kind of stash them away on Epona, and then kind of go on a mission, and you know, you can leave them on Epona without having to carry them with you if you don't need them. And of course, we see the bedroll, you know, which we still don't know quite what it does, but it could be a save or rest or sleep system. And then we get the big news, 2016. So we've got a release window-ish. Well, you know, we have a release area. You know, so they do confirm that it's going to come out in 2016, and it will still be on the Wii U. So that's interesting. I mean, I kind of knew it was going to come out on Wii U when it said 2016 anyway, because I don't think NX is going to come out next year. I think NX is definitely a 2017 product. I think because Wii U definitely has one more solid year in it. You know, unless NX is going to have backwards compatibility, which knowing Nintendo, it definitely probably will. I don't think that they were going to just abandon Wii U just yet, especially with probably one of their biggest games. Put so much money into this game, I don't think they're just going to drop off, you know, the Wii U just yet. Not to mention, they would have probably had to redo the entire graphic system if they were going to go to NX, because you think that the hype behind this game is big now, just wait until if they were to announce the game for NX. People are going to be expecting to look like freaking, you know, Fallout 4. No, maybe not Fallout 4, but maybe like, you know, maybe they're going to expect you to look amazing because technically the NX is supposed to be as powerful as the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So, of course, they're going to keep this game on Wii U so you can keep the graphics the way it is. I'm going to make a video on why I think the game got delayed. I'm going to do that. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, keep it real.